game developers, and basically all creative people, always face the problem of trying to be unique, or in other words, we always think we must have an original idea for our game or any product in order to deserve people's attention and positive reception of it. And on the one hand, it is indeed true that we must not be copycats, but the question is how much creativity you actually need to be claimed as creative, and therefore, is it really possible for anything to be truly original? Hey there, I'm John, and in this video we're going to talk about being original in terms of game design. First of all, I just want to say that as a game developer myself, I have already thought on this question before. I faced a couple of times when I felt like my ideas weren't fully original and therefore I must forget about making a game with them. I thought that your game must be imagined fully by yourself in order to be truly yours. However, if you think deeper about it, you'll find out that everything new and deserving of our attention is not as new and original as it appears at the first glance. Just take any game as an example. What can you see? Or what are the features of it? Yes, in this game, these features can be realized a bit differently from others, but in fact, they are the same idea or concept, but with a different look. It especially becomes clear when you separate games by genre, because the very existence of genres already admits that the game have something in common and therefore they are not 100% unique. But of course, it doesn't mean they are the same. Take for instance shooters. In absolute most of them, the main thing you do is, well, shooting. But some games go further, and killing enemies is no longer the main goal, or at least it's one of few. A game differs from the other game by mechanics, features, settings, and even art styles, not to mention soundtrack and sound design and everything else. Or take RPGs. In my head, role-playing games have level systems, characters, dialogues, progression and all, and yet some projects that have these features are claimed to be uninspiring and dull and copied, while others are literally praised. So, what really makes the difference if not the implemented concepts themselves? The answer is simple and yet tricky at the same time. It all comes to the realization of the idea, how it's presented in game, and how it fits the game in general. You may not be a genius and you don't need to be a hermit in order to concept something good. Just ask yourself, is what I'm going to implement fits the game? Will it be worthy to have this mechanic and progress in it? For instance, level systems. The simplest level system can be found in games like Pokemon. Fight, kill enemies, get experience, level up and get minor improvements, repeat, until the improvements slowly become significant, and maybe some additional upgrade later. But having a level system doesn't necessarily mean the player will be engaging in leveling up. For instance, if a Mario could knock out anybody at any time with just one hit, why to increase Mario's damage if he is already a one-punch man? And on the other hand, when the level system is connected to story progression, and I don't mean grinding to get to the next area, it really engages the player in the mechanic. In The Witcher 3, you can upgrade your magical sign of persuasion, Axii, and get benefits of it not only during battles, but also in dialogues to convince the character to do what you want. And also, you can upgrade as many skills as you want, but only a limited amount of them can be active at the same time, thus forcing you to prioritize. This way, upgraded Axis sign is something that rewards you in return for certain sacrifices you've made for it, since certain events in-game can happen only by using this type of persuasion, by using Axii.
I'm counting to 3 and you're gonna be gone when I'm done, got it? 1, 2...
Got a better idea. You're all gonna count to 100. Got it?
3, 4, 5, 6...
And certainly, the concepts of limitations and progression are not unique, nor the combination of the two, but connecting them the right way makes you enjoy the features. And you don't really care whether it's super original or not, because you're enjoying it, and that's what matters. So, a small message to all the game devs and others here. Don't be ashamed of thinking of concepts you've already seen. Whatever you want to make, be it a game or a movie, just think of how to make the features enjoyable rather than unique just for the sake of uniqueness. As Game Maker's Toolkit said, innovation without implementation is nothing. And so, when developing a game, it is more important to nicely implement a feature rather than just having the feature in the game in the first place. So, that's it! I hope my thoughts were useful to you and you liked the video. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like button, share and subscribe. See you next time!